keeping you guessing. So defensively, especially when Keedy and Joe were, you put them together, was that more of what you want to see? How good was the defense at that point?
Yeah, I thought for the most part that's as well as we've played defensively. We fell asleep a few times. You know, we're standing there watching the ball and guys cut behind us and so forth. But we get that fixed, I think we'll have a pretty good chance to be a pretty good team.
You talked about difficulties playing them together just because it could create foul problems at that position, but how dynamic is it when they're out there together?
Well, we've talked extensively about that we don't have a backup for them. So they've got to be smart and not make dumb fouls. They're going to get called for fouls, but you can't get dumb fouls. And I think they're getting better at it. You know, you heard kind of all week about how good the little guy is in Birmingham, and I kept saying he hadn't seen Keedy yet. And Keedy did a terrific job. And then when he wasn't on him, Joe was on him, and Joe did a good job on him. So, those two were not just at the defensive end, but they're both hard to guard at the offensive end. I think Keedy was, 1 or 2 away from his all-time high, I think. Something like that.
You mentioned how well this team gets along together, how much they like each other. Does that play a little bit into the fact when 1 or 2 guys are having an off night, they don't get down, they're still cheering on the other guys, the guys that are in for them, and picking them up?
I mean, probably the truth of the matter is the guy who's probably been the most vocal leader anyways didn't hardly play today. And he's fine. He's on the bench and he's cheering, and he made a few mistakes, and I'm trying to get him to be more of a guard. We need another guard. And he's played off the ball so much in his career. And I need to get him so that we have that third guy.
Emmett goes down and you got to go uh-oh for a second, but then he comes back and has one of his best games, 16 points, 9 rebounds.
Well, he wants to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he wants to be here, and certainly wants to be a part of what we get done here. He's really shot the ball well. He's shot the ball much better than what he shot it before. He spent a lot of time fixing things with it. He when it looked like they were about ready to make a run, he's the guy who made big shots for us.
Coach, you might not see a defensive team like UAB again this season, but like similar to Navy, is it good to see all these different looks early in the season, or does it really not matter?
You know, honestly, I don't. I would assume that well, there's people in our league that are going to guard that well. Obviously, we got 2 more before we get into league play, and I haven't looked at those 2 teams yet. So if we do what we're supposed to do, because we have enough guys to make shots. And when you think, I think a big moment in the game was when they were making a run and Trey's open at 3 and Trey hits a 3. So now you got whatever he is, 6'8", 6'9" guy stepping out there and making threes. I think it really opened things up for us.
Coach, UAB kind of came out with a really physical tone right at the beginning, like the first 10 minutes, I would say. And do you think your guys answered that well? And do you think that's something that will help you in Big 12 play whenever you're playing, like you said, a lot tougher defense?
I don't think physicality is going to bother that group at all. It's more physical than that in practice. I don't think the physicality part of it will hurt. Their athleticism, maybe. That's an athletic group that Andy's got. Very athletic.
You know, with an athletic group like that likes to get up and down the floor, one of the fastest paces in the country, during that second half, you went on, I believe, a 6-0 run. All of it was at the free throw line. How important was that, not just to, get those points, but to slow them down?
Well, obviously Andy and I are very close, but yeah, I've got great respect. Our guys have great respect for Jelly. But as I said numerous times leading into the game, he hasn't played against Keedy yet. And if somebody can match his speed, Keedy can. And Keedy did a year ago. I mean, if you think about it, Keedy turned the game around a year ago. And he's got, Keedy's a terrific on the ball defender. And then you add Joe, and so now you've got two guys working on him on any kind of switch situation or whatever. But I've got a lot of confidence in what Keedy can do in terms of being able to guard the ball from whomever it is.